Tried to make it look cool in here, but this dead plant is just sucking the life out of the room. Hey guys, so it was recently mentioned online that I have OCD, which stands for obsessive compulsive disorder. I've definitely said that in a video before, but apparently no one knew until now. Pay attention, people! So since that most recent post, I've been getting a ton of messages asking me to talk about my OCD. So that's what we're gonna do! I thought I would answer some of the questions that I got so you guys can learn a little bit more about me and maybe feel a little bit more comfortable about yourself if you have OCD. Or if you don't, like, I just want you to be comfortable just all the time. I put a lava lamp in here so you would be so comfortable. Are you comfy? It's getting darker, isn't it? Oh my god, this video is gonna just... Alright, let's go. The first question is, what kind of OCD do you have? And what exactly do you do? So there are a variety of different types of OCD, and I happen to fall into multiple categories. I might not experience something every single day that triggers each specific type of OCD that I have, but others are an everyday thing for me. The first type of OCD that I have, which is one that I experience every day, is considered touching. I have to touch things multiple times until my brain feels like it's right and my body feels like it's even. There's no number of times that I need to touch something, so I don't fall under the counting category. I just need to touch things a certain way, however many times that may be, until it feels right. This is something that unless I do it for an extended amount of time in a situation where people are looking at me directly, like a dinner table, that people don't normally notice, which is good because it's the ritual that I do the most. If I have something important going on, like a meeting that I'm about to go to or a video that I'm about to upload, the need for me to properly touch things becomes way more frequent. Another type of OCD that I have is considered checking. For me, I usually need to check that the doors on my car or my home are locked, and then I need to check them, and then I need to check them, and then I need to check them. An example that always comes to mind is when I locked my front door, got in the car, got out and relocked my front door, then got back in the car, then got out, went to my front door, unlocked it, went inside, locked it from the inside, and then went out the back door, which has two locks, and locked that one instead. And then I got in the car. Also, when I'm on Tumblr or Instagram, I have to scroll up and down a lot to, in the only way I can describe it, make sure that I saw the photo and that the top and bottom of the photo is on the screen in the right place. I honestly have no idea how to accurately describe that to people, but you get the picture. And when you get the picture, I'm gonna make sure that I see the entire picture and that parts of the picture, like the top and the bottom. Another type that I experience is a little bit different from the usual behavior of people in this category, but I would still say that it falls under the category of order. So most people with this type of OCD want things to be in order, whether that be everything facing the same way or everything lined up properly. But for me, I need it to be in the order that I found it in. So if I see something in a store and one object is turned a completely different way from all of the others, my girlfriend will pick it up, look at it, and then put it back to face the right way. But to me, that's not the right way, so I need to turn it around to where it was before, even if that means disrupting the entire pattern of all of the other objects. The last type of OCD that I have is thankfully a rare occasion now, but was triggered a lot before, and that is intrusive thoughts. I would have a thought flash through my mind of something bad happening to somebody I knew, something that I would never want to have happen to them, and I would repeatedly have to tell myself that I didn't want that to happen until the thought went away. I started talking about this part of my OCD once to my girlfriend, and if I had told her the actual thought, she would have been the only person ever to have known. But I couldn't bring myself to say the thought out loud because it made me feel like a horrible person. This is the only part of my OCD that ever made me feel bad about myself, but once I learned that it was actually a category in itself of OCD, I felt a lot better because I realized that it is something that's out of my mind's control and that the thoughts weren't something that I truly believed in. Whew, that was a lot. Let's move on. Next question, how did you find out that you had OCD? When most people say they have OCD, they're referring to them being a clean and neat person. Oh my gosh, if my papers aren't all organized on my desk, I just flip out. I am so OCD, am I right? A lot of times people just throw the term OCD around when they want people to think that they're neat and tidy. And because it's used in that context so often, I thought that I didn't have it. After looking into it a bit more, I found out that that's not what it's all about. It's not a label to just be used as the punchline of a joke, and there are many categories to it. It was later that a doctor diagnosed me with OCD, and that's when I actually knew. So do some research on it first, and if it's something that you feel like you really need to address and get under control, then professionals and the people around you can help you get to the next step. Next question, are you medicated for your OCD? Currently, I'm not being medicated for my OCD, but I have been twice in the past. When I was medicated for OCD, I was also diagnosed with anxiety and depression, which are commonly linked together, and there are medications that can help with all of those things at once. Everyone has different views on how to cope with or manage these kinds of things, so it's something that I can't decide for everyone. Last question, how should you go about having OCD while in a relationship? Luckily, I'm in a relationship with one of the most understanding and patient people that I know, so she goes out of her way to make me feel comfortable when or if she notices anything. It took me a while to tell her about my OCD because I'm terrible at sharing things about myself, but being upfront with anything makes for a stronger relationship. Once your partner knows how you work, they can work on doing things to make the relationship work. Hashtag work! Work it. OCD is not something to be ashamed of, and you should not be shamed for it, especially in a relationship. Well, that's it for the questions. Hopefully you know a little bit more about me now, or maybe hearing somebody else talk about it helped you, or maybe if you have OCD, you found something that you can relate to. Thanks for listening to me ramble, and I'll see you later, suckers. I might not experience something every day.